Hey everyone, this is Steven. Just wanted to give a quick thank you to Patrick T. Arsenault and Nicolas Rodriguez, our two higher level patrons on Patreon. You both are amazing. We appreciate your generosity and your support, and know that we're going to keep trying to put out the best quality content that we can. So the fact that you guys enjoy it so much to want to give to us, we're just immensely grateful, and thank you. That's it.
Welcome everybody to Microphones and Morons October 2020.
Ooh, spooky. That's the
Yeah,
only
like
time I'm
all
going to see
year.
that.
Spooky edition of
Yeah.
Microphones and Morons. It's exactly the same, although there are cobwebs everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes. There's cobwebs, there's pumpkins. Everyone has diabetes. It's a good time.
We have a cauldron over in the corner just bubbling out some kind of steam.
Some mysterious murky brown fluid.
Yeah.
Ew, that's gross. I have bad mental imagery of that now.
Well, we started the month by ending off with Baby and Atticus. And we did do an episode that covered that in its entirety with Atticus. So yeah, so
and
the
a
first
lot's
two
happened
episodes of
since
the
then.
month, yeah. A lot has happened.
Yep. That is
The
very
episode
true.
immediately following Baby's departure was just like, like everyone's finally in the same room, safe, and here's your setup for this season, guys.
Safe is
Here's
a
what you need to do.
Safe is a very interesting way of putting that.
It's true.
We're
I mean,
in
it's probably
chamber
the
and
safest
everything.
we collectively had been so far in the season,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
and maybe even since.
And then you get sent out on a mission to go to an underwater city.
Which I still can't help but feel like was a personal attack on Alistair.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He was due for one.
Yeah. You haven't had a
Yeah.
lot of like
Yeah.
real solid horror trauma, so we had to make extra steps.
It's like,
Yeah,
how do you make Alistair care? Like, throw something he actually is frightened of.
Yeah, which I mean, it just worked out that way because I had been like, I had the whole like getting y'all into this world planned and everything like that, and then I was like, well, I got the end game plan for this season. I need to fill it, and I had like 3 different locations in my mind of scenarios that y'all can go through. And Victor was looking for a memory. And whenever I just decided to start giving that memory, I gave something that was completely not one of the 3 locations that I wanted to send y'all. And I just made up this underwater city, and I was just like, oh, yeah, let's fuck around with the nori for a little bit and see what I come up with there. So it was just like in the moment, I just created that underwater city and had no plans for it before that.
Wow, you hear that? That was entirely spur of the moment, and he still managed to like press all of the buttons for both Alistair and Julian.
Yes. Yes. God forbid if you like really, really, really like fleshed it out really hard, then we could have advanced personal attacks.
Right?
But no, I thought it was great because even in those moments, just in y'all's actions and like the things that are happening to you and everything, I can still pick apart your psyche and attack you.
Thank goodness.
Thank
As
you
long
for
as-
that. I appreciate
As long as
it.
we all recognize that.
Yeah. Because I don't know. It's I don't know that a lot of this story is about that. I feel it's become that way, that it's your own personal battles as well as like the one that you're fighting.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, that's good story.
Mm-hmm.
You want to write good story, you have to have characters that go through conflict.
Yeah. Shit. Which, by the way, I just finished season 1 of Lovecraft Country, and holy shit. Talk about some internal struggles and fighting your own battles at the same time as some bigger thing happening as well. Like that's a good show.
I guess we'll just do a quick aside. I also picked up a new show and started watching it, and it is very akin to current events of this year. It's a show on Amazon Prime called Utopia.
Yeah, I've only heard good things about that.
Oh.
It's on my list.
Yeah, like right into the first episode, I'm just like, oh, that was a gross amount of acceleration and escalation. Holy hell.
I've been making my wife watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Making get to. You're welcome.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's enjoying it. I also, we got the season 4, so we're going back and forth between that one and the spinoff Angel. So it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Watch old stuff. I'm bored.
You're not boring. You're just eccentric.
It's done,
Yes.
though. Like, you have an end game or an ending to get to, you know?
Right. Like you're never going to reach that point where you're waiting for more episodes.
Yeah.
Nope, I will not.
Firefly says
that-
what?
Exactly. See,
There
at
was
least
a
you're
movie.
watching. At least you're watching a Joss Whedon show with the conclusion.
Oh,
Ooh.
God. Wow. Way to put it into perspective. Holy hell.
I've seen Firefly as well. I watched all of Dollhouse, sir.
Oh, God. I forgot that was a show.
It wasn't bad.
That, was it La Femme Nikita
I didn't see that one.
or Viper?
Viper.
Remember Viper?
I do not remember
It's
Viper.
basically just take Knight Rider, but it's during the day and it's a Dodge Viper. That's it. That's the whole show.
I remember the Vendo Viper.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember the Vendo Viper?
I don't remember the Vendo Viper.
He came to vape your Vendos.
Oh, no. Okay, Major.
Have we gotten to the part of the show that we're going to be recording it again?
Damn it.
And-
No. Sorry. We tangented again. No.
But yeah. And then I love the name. The name. Who came up with the name That Sinking Feeling?
I think I did.
Yeah, I think it was Richard. That was a good-ass name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that
Well,
one.
you know, Alistair. Yeah, that was just kind of like the base feeling from Alistair and all of that.
Yeah.
My character also experienced that feeling, which we will get to in a little bit.
It's got layers.
Does.
I would have
got
preferred
layers.
to go with Splish Splash, but
Which is more about Victor's feelings during this arc.
Yeah.
Yay!
Victor had an okay time, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say nothing was really all that bad towards Victor in his like wandering around this great city of Sevatus.
For now.
He made a new friend.
Oh, yeah.
Someone else who was nice.
Got all those
Skylar.
awesome ingredients.
You did get awesome
Yeah.
ingredients.
Oh,
Julian,
yeah.
Julian
not just
gave you a bunch of
ingredients,
ingredients.
Yeah, not just ingredients. Got the cooking utensils and the mess kit and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I on my character sheet it used to say like cooking utensils, mess kit, brewer's kit. Now it says fancy cooking utensils, fancy mess kit. I just put the word fancy in front of all of them on my sheet.
So, getting to that point, there was a lot of stuff that happened before we boarded, which we the submersible to get to that underwater world,
Yeah.
which we right on the money named the Manrose, the SS Manrose.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you christened it with human beer or
With human
bugbear
beer.
beer.
I'm sure Manrose would be proud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Victor misses Manrose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it? I can't do a good manners. Does it go up and down like an elevator?
Oh.
It goes down all right.
Yeah, this is true.
The green-eyed cat is always around now too.
Mm-hmm.
And since Alistair's been in this world, he always sees the green-eyed cat.
But doesn't always make reference to it.
No, usually
No.
not. Because more often than not, it's just kind of he's there, and Alistair doesn't tend to acknowledge his presence much unless he talks, or if Alistair just gets really annoyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
No. But
In case anyone was wondering, I have no clue.
Yeah.
yes. So we had a slight altercation before we did the christening and the leaving of what do I call this, like negative world Darkwell 2
Yeah, we can call it Darkwell 2 right now.
Darkwell of Dunzel Terra 51. If we're going by DC rules.
Yeah. If it's y'all's second world. So
I mean, it's our second
Yes.
world. You're right.
Yes.
But the problem is we're from world number 35.
Or are we okay? Yeah, or are we the prime world? See, that's going to be up to argument later. I want
That
people-
depends. Are we like a DC thing or are we a Marvel thing?
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Under Prime, I think Star Trek.
Well, yeah, we'll need discussion in comments to really see what everyone thinks we are in terms of relation to all other universes.
Yeah. But
only
but
and
yeah, there
only
was some,
I
like-
know.
And he doesn't even necessarily know yet.
Yeah. just
Oh
be
no,
like,
I know.
damn it.
I can say that. I know exactly. Well, maybe not exactly where y'all lie in the over the whole thing, but I know.
We come from the worst timeline.
Yeah. But apparently the soap opera
I never came up
drama
with
in
world
this
numbers.
timeline is way better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of dramatic exchanges, so there was a very dramatic exchange from Evangeline and Verspar, the not the prime Verspar, but this world's Verspar, and that we found out that Verspar killed the ever living shit out of this world's Alistair,
Yeah.
and she was none too pleased, as we found out.
Mm-hmm.
And I attempted to de-escalate I guess a justifiable revenge kill, but I didn't, Julian-wise was about it two ways. One, rationally, it doesn't make sense killing your own allies to try to stop Dalton and his dastardly deeds. And then two, Julian internally knows that he was not able to save Verspar in his world and has a personal what's the word?
Obligation,
A
life debt.
obligation or guilty conscience about it, and basically is trying to right that in a futile way because, I mean, yeah, I can help a different world Verspar, but it's not the Verspar that I know.
Yeah.
So I attempted to de-escalate that, and I ended up doing that. And then
Well, Victor did it.
and no, you you didn't de-escalate the murder, though. The attempted murder, rather.
No, you talked
You-
down Verspar, but the in the basement.
No,
With-
Victor was like, why don't we all
Oh,
wait?
yeah, that is
Because-
right.
Yeah.
Shit.
There was
Why
that
can't
too.
we
So it
all
was like
just
a
get
combined
along?
effort.
Yeah.
I didn't make y'all roll
Yeah.
anything because there was like a group effort there, and the RP was
Yeah.
good. So I didn't even
mean,
want to interrupt that
Julian
with rolls.
set up the pins and Victor knocked them down.
I mean, if you can consider two a group, then yeah, it was a group
Yeah.
effort.
Shit. This means Victor's actually our face.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Just
mean,
dawned
obviously,
on me.
Alistair is the face, but most people don't understand him. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Your
and
face.
even though Alistair's got charisma, he's also just a jerk.
he's
Victor's
such a
got
charming
decent charisma,
jerk.
but he's also a very, very nice fellow, and he wants everyone to get along and not murder each other in the house he's going to have to stay in that night.
funny thing about charisma, you don't have to be nice.
It's
No,
true.
you don't.
You just have to be convincing.
Yep. Just ask Dalton Renfield.
Oh no, I don't.
Vote for me.
Hmm.
Make Dunzel Terra great again. Oh God. And then the one thing that we had, which is insane, not really insane, but definitely out of the ordinary, is we were able to have sleep with no dreams, which
Yeah.
was great for some of us. Some of us
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, Victor was thrilled.
Oh,
Victor
I'm
does not
sure.
like dreams.
I'm sure Victor is probably the best sleep of his life. Just
Yeah.
I imagine
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you maybe drooled a little bit.
Well, it was also just a very long day.
Yes, yes, it was.
So Victor probably slept like a rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hell, it was practically you didn't sleep for a whole year.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're right.
Oh man, when you put it that way, Alistair has a lot to catch up on.
Yes.
Yeah. But he can't because I gave y'all something. I gave y'all the ability to sleep without dreams, but in the same motion, I took away dreams from Alistair.
Yes, yes, but that just means that it's piling up more and more and more.
Yeah.
Whenever we're finally out of this, Alistair's just going to be gone from the campaign for like a year.
He has a limiter. He's just waiting to take off.
him? He's been asleep for 3 months.
I don't want to go in there. It probably smells.
Oh man.
But we christened the submersible, and then we got in the submersible, and
Julian broke it.
No, I didn't.
I know.
and I took steps to make sure that I didn't break it too.
I know.
I actually had a terrifying feeling, and it was never confirmed. But when I asked Versbar to kind of help me with the submersible and just kind of check it over and make sure it was fine, when it will find out that it stalls out a little later on, I had a horrible feeling that I don't know how Adam's playing. It's like maybe Versbar lied to all of us and is a double agent, as it were, and that was one of the hints. And I was like, I don't know about this
Because obviously, like, gaining our trust so that she can sabotage us later is far more effective than just killing us with a mech.
Yes, yeah, but the thing is Dalton doesn't know our I guess our plans now that we've showed up in the world. So maybe he needed a plant, and then that was just going over the top to earn our trust and be like, oh well, no, she's on the level, is she? At least that was in Max's brain.
That didn't occur to me. Victor was very convincing, and so now Versbar is good. The end.
See, well, the thing is, you can't do that because you're just be like, I have to want the good. I can't be paranoid that everyone could be bad. Whereas Julian is like, no, that's everyone could be bad.
Yeah.
Because I have been bad.
Well, it wasn't the man rose that was necessarily broken. It was the fact that what we find out later is a blood vampire.
Yeah. Well, it's a star vampire.
Star vampire.
A star vampire, blood vampire. I don't know why a star vampire is in the ocean, but it was. But yeah, that's what apparently sabotaged. We found that out later when we heard it again, and then it ate Julian's face.
Spoilers.
Nope.
We'll get there.
I know.
I mean, it's not really spoilers of people losing everything in order, but
It's true.
Yeah.
we just haven't started talking about that yet.
Yeah, I keep forgetting this is going to come out, and those episodes have already rolled out.
Yeah.
I have to keep my internal timeline regular.
Need more timeline fiber.
Yeah, I do.
The star vampire grabbed him and ate his HP. Fight.
Yes. Hey guys, what's
So,
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say that I actually metagaming stuff a little bit. I had a feeling that we may or may not have issues with the submersible getting to the city. And that was one of the reasons I crafted the Cloak of the Manta Ray so I could stay underwater and not drown.
Yeah.
I did not have that same setup for anyone else with us, so I'm glad it did not come to that.
I mean, if it came to that, I mean, there was the option of you could have gotten out maybe and somehow and fix something.
I'd go on the outside and fix it.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, and nothing bad would have happened at all because there totally wasn't something out there that would have eaten your HP.
It's very true, but I wouldn't know how we would be able to get outside of the submersible and not flood said submersible.
Yeah.
The process.
No, it was a really bad situation, and it was a perfect entrance to Skylar coming in and
I mean, it's
and
almost like
helping
it was planned.
yeah.
And how? But yeah, the backup plan would have been like, okay, Alistair's easy. I just stuff him inside of my my jacket while I have the cloak on, and you just stay there. And then,
Oh yeah, he'd love that.
yeah,
As long as it keeps me dry, I would be
I was
okay.
about to say, alternative is pretty worse.
And then Victor drowns.
That was the puzzle piece I couldn't figure out, and I didn't have any spells that would give breathing underwater.
Well,
So,
technically, you had a mask.
I did, but the mask does not. The mask prevents against
Right.
vapors.
It
does
filters
not
things. It doesn't provide oxygen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no O2
okay.
tank.
That's right.
attached
That's
to
right.
it.
Yeah.
So you just have to hold your breath for a really long time,
Or you have to build synthetic gills.
or synthetic gills. I might. Do I have? I might have to look at my.
Oh, I
I might have to
got
look
fun
at my-
things to help you grow gills.
Yeah, I gotta look at some stuff. I know that was definitely a thing. But the one thing you did have going for you is you're super quick in the water for being a monk. You can move super de-duper fast.
Am I?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, you're a monk, so you automatically have a movement.
Is that my water movement speed?
Well, I think your swim speed normally is based on your movement speed.
Okay.
Similarly to how your crawl speed is based on your movement speed. Like you would swim at and I'm not sure if this is quite accurate, but you would swim at, for example, half of your movement speed.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
still pretty
But
slow.
with increased movement speed, that still means you'd be swimming a lot faster than other people.
Yep.
Right.
So that was
But that wasn't going to happen. It wasn't.
That's for Microphones and Monsters What If campaign.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
We just do a bunch of one shots where what if this had happened instead of that, and then we just play from that point.
Oh, man.
that is it. That is an interesting idea, and that I think that could be something that we could talk about, and maybe do a one shot of, hey, what if this situation happened differently? How would we play out?
what if Alistair decided not to go check out that body?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would happen if we stopped Dalton and got the silver key?
Ooh.
Would a dimensional portal show up and then a Dalton of a different dimension came to stop us?
What would happen if Alistair actually cared and then
No, that's it. No, you don't have to say anymore.
Fair enough. Although that'd be a crazy scenario.
Yeah.
What would happen if Victor didn't care and he decided to leave Tanasha to die like Alistair said?
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Dalton would just or the tattered king would have gotten in there somehow.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
So
I will say, like, I had other
had
possibilities of
contingency
stuff
plans.
happening. Yeah.
No, he only had the one plan. That was it. Like, if it didn't work out, he was just sunk.
we're scrap it.
You guys win. Congratulations.
End recording. We're doing new campaign now.
I mean, I had to come up with like negative effects of like doing certain things that y'all did, and
I feel like that
what would
be hard
what would
to
be
do.
positive, huh?
I feel like coming up with negative effects of our decisions wouldn't really be that hard.
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, I've also tried to come up with positive things too. I mean, I
Now,
guess
that
that's
sounds difficult.
any DM in any campaign tries to come up with, okay, well, if something bad happens, this, if something good happens, this. Yeah. I mean, y'all have had some good. You've had a lot of bad.
Got a lot of bad.
Yes.
I mean, there's just a couple of things that have gone wrong per session.
Yeah.
I love how you put it.
Per session.
Per session.
But no, I mean, what the story ends up being is just like one possibility out of a shit ton, really. It's just what pops in my head at the moment.
It largely
Really?
kind of comes down to like you feeding off of us.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of promotes that kind of interplay.
Yeah.
Although-
Yeah, that's what I really liked about, like, I mean, we've gotten pretty far in the story so far with freaking 68 episodes. And
Yeah.
I think the best thing, like the difference between this campaign and say the campaign I did before this one is I got to know your characters and like how they tick compared to the pre-generated characters for the starter campaign that rolled over into a bigger campaign.
Right.
I didn't have their motivations and all that kind of stuff, not to the point that I have with this. So that's a huge part of being able to just build the world around the characters.
A huge part of being able to abuse your characters by making them like suffer for things that they want to happen,
It's not important.
tempting them into things because you know that they're going to go after it.
Yeah. Yeah. But if I didn't put those things, I feel like it would be more
No.
bland.
That's not a bad thing at all.
Oh yeah.
It's just bad for the characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not their development, just bad for them. They have a bad day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Just
I
like-
mean, in all fairness, like there's at least a little bit of like kind of give and take there. Like the characters do get things that they actually enjoy and want
Yeah.
sometimes. in order to butter them up so that it just gets that much worse later.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like this story arc in its entirety, even past like what we've released so far, there is so much laughing. Like there's just
Well, in
there's a
all
lot
honesty,
of comedic relief in this story arc in particular.
Best jokes have been like in this last stretch here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still think, in all honesty, the best joke that we've had in our entire series is probably Steven's air supply joke.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, that was good.
It was just so perfectly delivered.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah. But I don't
Thank
know
you.
if y'all have noticed so far, but I have ended a lot of episodes with laughter in this story arc in particular, especially with what y'all know happens. I felt that laughter was definitely needed in this story arc in particular because of fucked up shit.
Yeah. I mean, it
Yeah.
all
That's
balances
the way of
out. It
putting it.
really does.
There was a lot of messed up stuff that happened, yo.
More laughter means more messed up stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think just like with Atticus coming in, I feel like Dietrich did a really good job just meshing with the group where Baby was a little bit more like Alistair and Julian. Skylar was more like Victor.
Mm-hmm.
And it was still so weird just having Alistair and Baby paired up like the whole time.
Yeah.
I think it worked out great. Like perfectly.
With Skylar, it was so crazy to have their burst of positivity and this wonderment of this, crazy world, and that reaction was very unfamiliar to all of us as player characters. Just like this, and we'll get into it in a little bit. Julian just literally losing his ever loving mind of the one nightmare of like, oh well, I want to keep to myself and not have anyone dig into my past, and then come into a whole city that basically maybe not worships but idolizes Julian as this civic inventor and savior of turning the whole city around and helping everyone with all inventions and technologies to the point where there is statues and a goddamn museum dedicated to that.
As I referred to it in my notes, the Museum of the Life of Julian Cottage and his magnificent philanthropic accomplishments. I can't even read it. It's so long.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that Julie and I share. I do not like being in the spotlight. I like making jokes and stuff like that. But if there's any large amount of attention drawn my way, I get very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, everyone loves you and is doting upon you. And I'm just like, no, I hate this. Please stop. No, I don't want this to happen. That's why I will never try to take any kind of leadership role, because I just will have eyes on me and just be like, no, look away. Ignore me. Ignore the man behind the curtain.
I think that's funny, though, because Julian, especially in this arc, a lot of times it's like taking on the leadership role. Like Julian's like the mouth. Like Julian's always like one of the first to like speak up and start trying to say things.
He's very opinionated.
I think that's interesting.
I'm very, I guess, task oriented, as it were. Like I'm like I would be, if we were going to do the A-team analogy, I would be Hannibal, whereas Alistair is Mr. T.
That sounds actually weirdly accurate.
I'm not familiar with the A-Team, but I feel like I'd be the one that's played by that guy who plays Barclay on Star Trek The Next Generation. But I don't know anything about him, so I'm just basing that on the other character.
Who was Barclay again?
Oh, Barclay was like the sort of bumbling lieutenant guy in engineering, and he had a few episodes. He was the one with like the holodeck addiction episode, and then there was an episode where he essentially became
oh, that is
like a god man that made himself the computer.
That was
of the Enterprise.
That's Face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
the face.
Reggie. But yeah, that face is except you would have to actually have a different face. You wear a mask.
I can do that. Sometimes.
But it was very the whole world that was Servetus.
He was.
Or was
he was Murdoch.
Oh,
he was Captain Murdoch.
Oh, he was Murdoch.
Yeah, he was Captain Murdoch.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means.
Oh, he's a crazy pilot.
Oh. Well, maybe
his nickname was Howling Mad.
Yeah, his name
Captain Howling Mad Murdoch.
Howling Mad Murdoch.
There you go. Close enough.
Close enough.
I never watched the A-Team. I have no knowledge at all. I'm this character in the show I didn't watch.
And I mean, all the comparisons aren't entirely one-to-one. I mean, obviously, Alistair does not pity fools.
No.
Yeah.
No. Alistair has no pity.
Oh, man.
Although
we
he
had a
does
Mr.
promote
T
drinking
reference in episode 8.
We did?
because Steven said, I pity that fool.
I'm familiar with Mr. T, just not yet.
To what was his name? Matthias getting ripped apart
Oh,
by the and blood and tears of blood were coming out of his eyes, roll from his disembodied head.
that's right.
Gosh, that was so long ago. Good times.
I think you asked how we reacted to that, and I said, I pity that fool.
Yeah.
Alistair absolutely does promote the drinking of milk, though.
It's true. Support local yak folk.
Exactly.
There you go.
But with the city, it was an interesting environment. Like, at least personally in my mind, it was like, okay, we're going to do city. Everything is very, fish-like. They're going to be using like coral houses and stuff like that. And it was very much the opposite, very much techno-future DC Atlantis. And we had freaking cars and robots and fluid tubes for transportation, which I regret we never used.
Alistair does not.
That's understandable. But I like that setting. I wish we could have kind of like stayed there a little longer to discover more of the nuances there.
Yeah.
And the Radiation King-esque branded JC appliances.
Which you have all the blueprints for.
I have all the blueprints for.
This arc was another great example of the amount of world building that goes into playing a session. Already said that I just made up the location on the spot with the memory of the tabaxi, and then let's see. I wasn't even intentionally trying to make Julian uncomfortable. I just thought it would have been really cool, like that Julian like did all these great things. Like I already had it in my mind that he was an inventor, and I just built this underwater world that elaborated on that. And I figured this Julian would have been full of himself as well. So I just dove into that and just like you said, I created a baby of Superman and Iron Man.
Yeah. So there was, a part of me that was just like, yeah, Julian would love to be, full of himself, be like, oh, look at what the me of this world did compared to you fools. What did you do? Well, you died and then you were chained up. But with all the experiences that happened between, then and now, I think Julian has kind of lost that maybe that confident edge that he had before, because it's kind of been like a downward slope of we're literally just scraping by to survive and, try to take on the new threat that it is. I don't really. I have some situations where Julian is his usual sarcastic ashulist self, but at other times I'm very dejected, as it were, because it's like, what the hell are we supposed to do now?
Yeah, and like I didn't even plan to dive into that deep psyche of Julian. It's just happening naturally.
Existential horror it just comes naturally.
It does.
Yeah. Like
it doesn't always have to be a monster.
Your Julian versus this world's Julian. You have your experiences have molded you to where you're a completely different person than that other Julian who still was very proud and like the attention and everything, where you've gotten to the point that you're like you said. I that's why I can't tell this story by myself. Like, y'all add so much to it that I never expect to come from the world that I build around you.
My headcanon, not really headcanon, but my example is that the Julian of this world is Jonas Venture, while I am Little Rusty. Just like
I get it.
just scraping away, and there's total opposites on personality.
Yeah. I did get a huge Jonas Venture kind of vibe behind the
from him,
museum
yeah.
and all that.
Absolutely. Although comparing yourself to Rusty and him to Jonas Venture really makes some awkward comparisons when you look at the entirety of the Venture brothers.
Yeah. Let's take that on face value and don't go very much in depth.
Yeah.
Don't go looking into Rusty Venture's daddy problems.
Well, yeah.
No,
Well, go look into it. Definitely have interest in Venture Brothers because they need all the attention they can get right now. But
Yeah.
I mean, if we're ever going to get somebody else to pick them up and
analogy,
actually get another season.
Yeah, in terms of this analogy, don't look into it that hard.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with the Venture Brothers. It was just that pompous, proud attitude that the museum put off was definitely inspired by Jonas Venture.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in a weird way, I kind of feel like the city's technology, at least in my mind, has that kind of 60s sci-fi future kind of feel too.
Mm-hmm.
Totally, yeah.
That you would have seen in Venture Brothers or Johnny Quest that it parodied.
Mm-hmm.
So, Steven, how did Victor feel in the underwater world of Sevatus?
Victor's confused a lot. Because I'm confused a lot. Victor was more Victor was interested. Victor was probably a little bit excited about alternate Julian and what was going on with him. Julian is capable of being a nice guy who cares about other people. That's kind of what Victor would have been thinking is it's somewhere deep down in there. I can reach it. I can because Victor's been stuck with these two that don't like him that much for a good part. But he genuinely likes them for what they do and what and how they're trying. Even if it's reluctant, they're still doing things that they're trying to do good. They're trying to help, and so Victor wants to help. Victor wants that to come out. So that's one of the reasons why Victor was so adamant that he had to save Julian during the fight with the Star Vampire, is because Victor can be saved.
Or Julian can be saved.
Julian can be saved.
There's no doubt in my mind that Victor can be saved.
Yeah. But he cares. He wants to be able to do that. And also he's just he's kind of and also the fact that he had Skylar with him at that time. Skylar was part of the group that it was very encouraging. It was creepy and we're trying to figure out this stuff, and there are apparently fish people crawling inside of the other fish people. Victor's aware of all this, but at the same time, there's someone else that's optimistic about stuff and really wants to do good. And so a lot of this arc, or at least this part of this arc, was very sort of uplifting, sort of made him feel a little bit more optimistic.
Okay, I like that take. That's a good take.
Yeah,
in a world that is at least been as dejecting as it currently is, in which Adam does a very good job of doing that. Those little nice little bits of respite and wonderment, are good to kind of keep player morale and character morale up too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but then
especially somebody like Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have a sharp nosedive that happens later on.
Well, I think you just mentioned it with the Star Vampire, but before the Star Vampire, I did a little live, recording with y'all with my headphones off of the Julian of this world.
Oh, yeah.
Which I super loved. Like,
God, that was so fun.
Yeah.
that was so much fun.
Because I knew that they were going to chime in. I didn't have a script or anything like that. I tried to sit down, write a script for it, and I was just like, I feel like if I write a script, it's not going to be the same. And because like as the recording ends, he says like, hey, like, I didn't have enough time to prepare for all this. I barely had enough time to leave this message for you. So it was just like in the moment, like he had to record what he knew enough to get you what you needed to know.
Right.
So I just did it all. There was some gaps while I was thinking, and y'all were just commenting, that I listened back to later, which was all gold. But no, I thought that was, I figured that was the best way to approach it, because I don't want to script stuff. I think the only thing that I've had a script so far was that introduction in episode 1 of just Darkwell, like just setting up the story, to get the story started. Just that prologue.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. That's the only thing that I have written anything
Like actually
down in
written
length
down
on
and
this.
prepared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like as far as like a script.
Yeah. And with that, I just felt so, what's the word?
Stuffy.
Ingenuine to me for the nature of the game. It felt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it does feel genuine, but it's kind of hard to really start something like this without having some kind of thing to kind of set the tone a little.
Yeah.
I think,
No. That I was fine with that. I'm talking about the Julian recording.
No.
If I had written a script for that and read it to y'all, that felt ingenuine to me. So I completely scrapped that entire idea and just I thought of stuff to say and then just released it, and probably released more and less than what I intended to, but I think it turned out really good.
Yeah, I think so. Although it's something that especially with that kind of made me realize Alistair keeps getting really weirdly close to the truth when he's trying to joke.
Oh yeah, which joke?
Well, in particular with that recording, there were two things. Like one, the comment about self-destructing message, but which was pretty decently well timed.
Yes,
it was very well timed. I didn't have to do any editing on that at all. I left it as is.
Yeah, and in case it's not clear, I think he mentioned it, but Adam was not wearing his headphones. He could not hear what we were saying at all while he was doing that.
It just made it all the more hilarious.
I even got rid of my screen so I couldn't even see any webcams or anything like that.
But the other thing within that recording that Alistair kind of joked about like earlier on in the arc was the fact that alternate Julian was working against Dalton.
Yeah.
Because like early on in the arc, in this little arc, like Julian was making some kind of comment about his alternate self, and Alistair's just like, well, you don't know, like maybe he was working against Dalton.
Yeah.
And he was just trying to be a dick, but
I do like that Alistair also made another joke that was like, I wonder, it makes you wonder which one's the which one's good and which one's bad. Who's the bad guys? Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, like I feel like Alistair keeps getting just weirdly close to the truth, like just inadvertently. And I'm still trying to decide if that's just because like that's how it is, or if you might be drawing some like bits of inspiration from it.
No, like
No, he doesn't listen to what you say.
Well, I mean, I was just curious. Like, the one in particular.
If y'all ever say anything that comes close to what's actually going on, I think it's cool when you think about it. Usually, there's some truth to it. There's some.
Well, yeah, and
there's still missing pieces that you don't see the whole thing,
right? And it's obviously not.
But I think it's really cool, like
one-to-one, but
thinking about it.
It's just Alistair just keeps getting close.
So close to the truth.
So
you
close.
can't handle the truth.
It's a good movie.
Like maybe what it is just that I've worked with you in podcasting for so long. We're just on similar wavelengths.
Maybe I think that has a lot to do with it.
Maybe that's what it is.
Possibly. Maybe.
I'd say so long. Like it's been like it's nearing on
almost 2 years.
That's a long time.
Almost 2 years now. Yeah.
Not important. Everything's fine. Julian did not get viciously almost murdered. It was actually a dream, and then I woke up in the hotel room.
Yes, it was a dream in this.
No, you were awake
state.
in the. Oh, you thought it was a dream. Yeah, I got you.
It's just like, that was a bad experience. Well, I'll go back to saving the day.
Hell, you pulled some strength from like somewhere to pick up that heavy ass lightning gun too.
Yeah, well,
in your shriveled up state.
I willed everything into my being and was just like, you complete me. I must have you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and to end it off, like before we start signing off, Victor like willed his wraps to create like a barrier so he could just crush through the glass, saving Julian, and Alistair gets picked up by Skylar, flailing around, Eldritch Blast just blasting everywhere.
Or should I say by Skynet?
Sky, yeah. How long you been holding on to that?
Not literally just now. Like it literally just popped in my mind.
We had the Allspark joke, now the Skynet joke. But no, you want to know how I came up with robots for this underwater city?
I think it was when when Dietrich asked if there were robots.
Yep. And I was like, yeah, there's robots.
Yeah. Sure. I totally planned there to be robots.
It's funny you should ask that. There's robots now.
It made sense for there to be robots.
Yeah.
When they asked, so I was just like, yep, there's chauffeur bots.
I did. Someone commented on me. It's just like, of course I know who you are. You are my creator, Julian.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Lots of hidden horror in there.
God, great.
Even though I didn't plan it. Sometimes.
And there could nothing has been alluded to yet, but there could be some. I feel like there is going to be, because of that encounter and how terrible it was, with the star vampire literally almost just murdering me outright. Because I mean, it took off all of my health plus, like, I think it was like maybe -2 or 3 on wounds.
No, if it had gone in negatives, it would have been like -7 if I remember.
Yeah,
right.
it was
6 or 7.
It was bad. So we'll see if there's any ramification for that other than me being a shriveled mess in the hotel, and a very funny scene that happened afterwards.
We haven't gotten to the hotel yet. We haven't gotten there yet.
Wait, you mean we get to the hotel? What?
When y'all get to the hotel?
Oh, that's so fun.
You mean if we get to the hotel?
Oh yeah.
If there is a hotel.
There was no hotel all along.
I mean, hey, it's hidden. Okay, we have
Julian
to find
was
it.
Bruce Willis the whole time.
God,
there was no second world all along.
It's just Tinashe
And
lying
Manrose
to
was
us.
the GM all along.
It's just
And all
I kinda
because we
feel
didn't
like
get
that,
him some
though.
potato wedges that one time.
it just like the whole story wipes, and it's just Manrose is just a regular guy in an elevator, and he's just bored, and he's just writing down the story, and he put like the self insert of him in there as well.
I imagine Manrose reading to his grandson, you know, like in The Princess Bride.
Although inserting yourself in the story like that's a total fanfic move.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, totally.
Or
Is this a kissing book? No, it's
no,
not.
it's not.
So y'all are like Sam and Dean, and with the supernatural novels.
Yeah,
in the
Yeah.
a little bit.
in the show,
So
written by God.
we
Yeah.
should make a salt joke. We haven't made a salt joke yet. Get the salt.
Oh man, but yeah, it was a really great month. Definitely, I didn't feel like we needed to do like a Halloween special or a holiday special or anything like
Every
that.
day
Like
is a Halloween special for
I was
us.
gonna
Yes.
say, like
Yeah.
on our show,
Yeah.
it really is. Like,
but I
This
did
week there'll be
play on a
spooky
Halloween
monsters.
special. I did play in a Halloween special. So definitely with a Fool's Quest, and they're releasing it for Halloween. So it's already out by the time this gets released. But yeah, 3-part Halloween special that I play a goblin that was inspired by John Wick.
and we looked at
You
the.
should put a link to that in the
You
description.
should.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember you showing us the art for it, and it looks cool as hell.
Yeah.
He looks so badass. Or did
It
you?
really is.
Was that on our Discord, or was that on the Cast Junkie Discord, or was it both?
I think I shared it on Cast Junkie as well. Just
Okay.
the image that I found because I was looking up for I just typed in Goblin John Wick, and that was the
thing
first
came
result.
thank you so much, Internet, for being you.
Yeah. And his name was Jimbo Taper. And he's a little crotchety old goblin that is a weapons expert / gun fu monk, whatever. It's really cool. Y'all's salt reference made me think of that. But yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
Good times.
Tune in next time for more underwater hijinks.
Oh, and all of our music here at Microphones and Monsters is written and produced by Marco Mazzei from Fallen Highway Studio. And definitely go check out our Patreon. We have already started releasing bonus episodes. Of course, for supporting us, we have ad-free episodes as well. But our bonus content that we're releasing right now is our session 0 before we started recording the actual show. There's definitely multiple parts of that. We got 2 out so far, and in the works behind the scenes, we got bonus episodes from the characters coming up from each player coming up, and there will be some new music that is written by Steven Sides
Oh, wow.
in his, so that'll be fun.
Don't get too impressed because it's not.
Like totally get super hyped, guys.
Yes. In fact, Stephen will be doing all of the music for the rest of the podcast.
Yeah.
No, I will not. I do not have the talent to do that at all. I barely had the talent to pull off what I did.
That is,
Well, I've got to listen. We've got to listen to what he's put out so far for us, for what he's doing, and it's awesome. So
Yeah.
And-
It's not completely original music. It draws inspiration from several sources. So
Yeah.
That's all music.
but you
that's
made
all
it.
music. Yep.
I just put them together in a certain way.
That is
That's what I
literally
did. I'm a
every
post-production
that
composer
is
guy.
ever.
100% more than I can do.
Mm-hmm. It's more than I want to do.
Yeah. That too. Also that part.
Well, you made me do bonus content, and if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it right.
No, yeah, no, I think it's awesome. I got my plate full. I got a lot of stuff I'm doing with the show, and I'm loving the what's come from the bonus content from you guys so far has been awesome. So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it, to listen to them as well as they come out, and or as I get them to put them out. And I don't know, I hope y'all enjoy it too.
yes.
And we definitely appreciate any support that we can get. And this is just bonus stuff on top of the normal show. We'll never put a paywall between the show.
No.
We do have ads, but
that is to support us.
It's still free.
That is only to support us so we can keep giving you the same quality of the show we have now, and then just keep building on it.
Or better quality.
Yes.
Like we'll get real actors and stuff instead of us. It'll be great.
We can get better equipment.
Yes.
That's built for podcasting.
Yes. we can have a place that professionals go and actually create content instead of.
Is that a studio?
I think that's what
studio.
it's called.
Studio.
Yes.
Instead of my
We'd be studious in the studio.
instead of my apartment, so I can actually have like room to put like my drinks and stuff, and not have just wires all over the fucking place.
Boy, that's a pipe dream these days, isn't it? Actually being able to record in the same room.
Yeah.
I miss that mixer so much.
One day. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I get to use it.
Yes.
But yeah.
I miss my cool dice tray. I don't miss the chairs though.
Yeah.
It's the one I do like my chair. My ass is very comfortable and not numb.
There you go.
No, my chair is very nice.
That's how we'll know when we have it made, when we can afford nicer chairs.
If I could get a recording chair.
In our built studio.
Yeah,
or
building a
like
studio is one thing, but having nice chairs, that's
we could get like
that's the sign of how we made
we
it.
could get like a little L-shaped couch and do it that way. That would be good.
Or you can get two L-shaped couches and just have like a block
Like a big
there.
square.
Yeah.
We each get one side of the couch.
Yeah.
The recording square. Sorry, you're not allowed. We're doing the recording. We have to like push the couches together so it seals itself off. It's so dumb.
Just have like a light like set up outside of the couches.
Yes.
Recording in progress.
I unironically would love to have like an on-air or recording light that we could just turn on. No one sees it, but we can see it.
It's just on. That's what matters.
Adam's dogs know not to bark when that light is on.
Oh.
And the cats know to leave the room as well.
Yeah, we are not a cat-friendly podcast.
I'm a cat. This is a cat. Oh, yeah. Well,
We're not a friendly cat podcast.
took me a second there.
My last outro was like, hey, tell your cats about the podcast because we represent them too.
Tell all your yak folk buddies.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. But yeah, thank you all so much for listening. The listeners make this as fun as it is.
Oh yeah, and hop
because it was already fun, and it's even more fun when we have people that enjoy it.
Absolutely.
And let us know as well.
If you have not done so yet, hop on the Cash Junkie Discord. It has been a lot of fun this month, seeing everyone's reactions and feedback on the episodes coming out. That's a lot of fun stuff happening there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you want, make sure to leave us reviews as well.
Yes,
on like
those help.
The Apple part, the Apple one, and then the other one.
Podchaser.
The
That's
Apple
There
one,
you go.
Podchaser, Apple Podcast.
In one of my outros, I was like, iTunes, Apple Podcast Store. I don't know what they call it. They change the names.
Yeah,
so
they
often.
do.
It's confusing.
Like,
But yeah.
hey, if you feel like it, just go out in public and just yell your praise to us. Like,
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Like we'll get it.
Also record it and send it to us, and we will retweet it on Twitter
Yeah,
or
yeah.
everywhere. For that matter.
Absolutely.
Go outside and yell challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
About microphones and monsters.
Yeah, it'll be the hottest new thing.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, that's all of October. Get ready for November because
Oh shit.
it is going to be a pretty crazy month.
So exciting.
Going into December too, and yeah, it's it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
These guys had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I would go as far as to say that there is some deep terror that was going to happen.
We definitely had 100% fun 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the words of Samuel L. Jackson, hold on to your butts.
Yes, indeed.
All right, yeah. Y'all have a good one.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Later.
Bye.